Hey, I'm gonna do a Dreadlock update here in a minute, but first I'm gonna read my social action writing piece from my creative writing class that I'm in. I did a poem. I'd like to read it. Tentatively titled, but I'm not even gonna say it because I don't know if it's gonna be the same title or not. Anyway, here it is. I removed myself to a safe distance, where the spittle spray of venom from the mouths of madmen made normal by the politics of our age cannot stain my countenance, but only manage to ruin my mood from afar. These fellow humans, whose eyes run wild with perceived injustice, whose pocketbooks and checkbooks and little black books burst from their binding, spilling pages of Federal Reserve notes and hard-earned powerful friends onto blood-stained cashmere carpeting, whose cough and hack and heave in public forum betrays their sickness, I watch as masses gather before them to catch their diseases and cry, whose tongues tithe daily to the low god of capitalism, whose culture is funny, insubstantial paper, whose mind is a breeding ground for beasts of the wild, filled brimward with the sweat and hasty ejaculations of an unruly animal kingdom of their own creation, the extremist, the fundamentalist, the narcissist, the solipsistic masochist politician, the egoistic sadist god, the daughter of well-meaning parents, indoctrinated out of identity by princess fantasies and sweet 16 bar raisings, expectant and unsatisfied, endless games of he said, she said, playing doctor of the mind. Your mind is not a sexy place, little girl. The son of a single mother who watches with eyes like ballpoint pens, jotting notes on line paper synapses, balancing emotions of hatred and sameness and sorrow and pity and piety and rage as men, like jackals, rip flesh from his mother's beautiful face and arms and soft belly, who hates these men, hates them so much he can't express it, who finds his way in violence, in relationships, in ways he would have never thought possible, who beats and chokes and rapes his wife in fits of uncontrollable implanted phantom rage, who knows not what he's done. Greedy fools, whose stomachs growl with insatiable hunger for control over the appetites of the other animals, no matter how much they do eat, whose teeth grind and gnaw on the tattered flesh of decency, whose watches are all synchronized, whose skin is the color of God, whose ears are deaf to the sounds of suffering and truth and wisdom and yearning and compassion born of love, whose suits and ties like stars align in rows of stripes and spangle shit across airwaves into our homes, in front of our children, these madmen, whose ambition is our minds, whose lust is our allegiance, America, I call out for a holy litany, but alas, Ginsburg is gone, and your mood remains silly. Alright, so that's the poem. Let me pull my screen back up so I could see me. Alright. And these are the dreadlocks, so they're coming along, actually. You can see knots up in here quite a bit. This one's pretty nice. Coming along really knotted up in here. Some of the best ones are this one right here is pretty nice. It's got a crazy loop in the middle, you can see. I can't operate this thing anyway. Yeah, it's got a crazy loop in the middle here. I'll show you the back. Let's see what's going on. So, I mean, still a long way to go, obviously. But, they're coming along. Yeah. And again, I haven't done anything. I twist and ripped a couple of these in the front, and the rest I haven't even touched. I've just not been combing my hair. I wash with baking soda and essential oils a couple times a week, maybe every 3 or 4 days, and that's worked out really well for me. I'm going to do my first apple cider vinegar rinse next time, because I've noticed a little bit of buildup from the baking soda. So that apple cider vinegar supposedly is going to help that out. So we'll see how that goes. I'm happy with it. I've been happy with it. I wear a hat most of the time, or a beanie, because obviously the top of my head it looks a little crazy. But I mean, I like them, and I'm excited to see where they're going to go. Right on. Thanks for looking.